It's our time to shine. Show that's the kind of state of mind you gotta combine with hard work and time. You gotta climb to the top. Don't let yourself drop till your heart stops. Let this beat rock. Got a new clock and a new stock for this new rock. Just let your mind loose from the new stock. Drunk off the goose, thinking that I'm too pop. Getting caught with a few thoughts cause I'm too lost. Off the speakers can't even handle me. Giving what I got, nobody's gonna drain my energy. And I will never stop, I'm motivated by enemies. Setting up shop so everybody remember me. And no, I am not going through life regretfully. I'd rather work non-stop, what they call incessantly, than work some odd job just to live life pleasantly. Already got lost in my mind, not a fantasy. I'm getting ill, gotten soul, so stop, drop, and roll. You lost all control and pop off your ball. I got squat, I fall, I'm not bought, I'm sold. My stock rocks, it's gold. Hey, knock, knock, she home. It's shit, talk to close. I ain't stopping though, it's hip-hop, you know. Or is it rock and roll? I'm not dropping down, no, my pocket's grown. You can't stop the show, so get rocking on. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never know I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about your, so let me break it all down for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with episode 4.13 of Nemesis, and quite frankly, I am so excited because for the first time in a long time, I'm joined here by somebody, another Jay, if you will, that does not take 70% of the table. Jay Jones, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I think that feeling is mutual. I am very glad to be back here with you, Mr. Chairman, and commentating here on Nemesis.
And, you know, speaking of the other Jay, he's actually going to be up here in action very, very soon with his new partner, Rodrigo Del Gaiso, and what promises to be a very exciting matchup between Anarchy Inc. and Starjammer LLC.
Yes, and as we know, Anarchy Inc. trying to gun for those tag titles, but Starjammer LLC looking to shut that down here tonight. And we know Starjammer LLC has been branching out everywhere in CWO recently. They have people in Genesis and now Michael Young over on Vindication.
The opening match of Nemesis is a tag team match set for 1 fall. Introducing first the team of Jacob Nitro, Stockz Shields, Anarchy Inc.
And here we see Jacob Nitro making his way to the ring. As we know, he's actually had a lot of faith in Stockz Shields to be his tag team partner in this new partnership that we see in Anarchy Inc. He is very convinced that this is what he's needed in order to capture the tag team championships for the first time on his end, and we're about to see just how well that chemistry works out, especially against Starjammer LLC.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy win for Anarchy Inc. While Starjammer LLC may not have as much experience, they have the talent, and that is for sure.
Now, when you look at Anarchy Inc., this is like the most complete team, if you will. You got somebody with the experience in Jacob Nitro, and then you got somebody with the size and power in Stockz Shields. How well do you really think these two just come together?
It's definitely a very interesting dynamic with someone like Stockz Shields. As we see him, oh my god, he is a lot bigger in person, isn't he?
Dude, he's 19 years old, 640 pounds, and over 7 feet tall. Just exactly what they do. What exactly do they feed people in Canada?
I don't know. It must be the milk in the bags that they have up there. But like you said, 600 pounds, over 7 feet tall, pure muscle, and surprisingly very agile is Stockz Shields.
And you're not kidding. When you talk about agility, you can almost compare it to a chimpanzee. I have seen chimpanzees that run through forests 1,000,000 miles per hour, and this kid does it just like them. It's absolutely nuts.
It definitely is, and they're sure to make a great tag team.
And their opponents, the team of Rodrigo Del Gaisio, J. Scott, Starjammer, LLC.
And here comes the Starjammer himself, Jay Scott. And let me tell you, not having 30% of this table to myself feels good for once, because this man is all about the money, all about the fame. And like I've mentioned before, this kid has some really enigmatic charisma. You can't help but keep your eyes on Jay Scott no matter what he does. The way he handles the microphone, the way he handles his commentary table, everything about him just screams superstar. Now that he's got Starjammer LLC behind him and he's starting to build it from the ground up, I think we're looking at the future of the CWL.
I could agree with you there, and as many people may not like how he does it, he's, I guess you would say, maybe not popular, but well known among CWL after, you know, like you said, being on commentary with you and being very good in the ring, very talented.
And now, the interesting thing about this match that we're going to see is whether Jay Scott and Rodrigo Del Gaisio have that chemistry together. This is actually their first time being a tag team, and personally, I feel that might be what comes back to bite them if Anarchy Inc. wins. Now, let's say that Starjammer LLC does win. That just proves right there that right off the bat, their chemistry is going to be off the charts.
Definitely, and I think it's another interesting mix with Starjammer LLC. You know, Rodrigo Del Gaisio being more of a striker and a grappler who's very known over on the MMA scene, now making good at pro wrestling, and now forming with a normal pro wrestler. I feel that makes like the total tag team, the complete tag team.
Coming from MMA definitely has a lot of experience, you know, being the aggressor, having a game plan, because in MMA you fight maybe like once every 3 months, once every 6 months sometimes if you're one of the top tier fighters. But here in professional wrestling, you're out there entertaining every single week. It's a whole different ball game, and we saw it when he debuted. He went up against Dr. Wrestling Jr. He brought his best, but it wasn't enough on that first try. Maybe he just needed to adapt a little bit. So he challenged the Doctor to a 2 out of 3 match contest, and then he ended up winning the last 2. That's impressive, no matter which way you slice it, especially against Dr. Wrestling Jr. Now that Rodrigo Del Gaisio is paired up with Jay Scott, I have a good feeling about this.
Yes, Dr. Wrestling Jr. no slouch in the ring, and being able to take him on and beat him 2-1 in your first series in CWL is not an easy task, especially for a newcomer.
And now here we see Rodrigo right in front of Anarchy Inc. This is going to be a very exciting matchup, Jay, and honestly, I can't wait for the bell to ring. I'm ready to get this action rolling.
Me too. I think this should be a very interesting bout between one newer tag team and one that has recently got their start here in CWL. Nitro and Jay Scott will be starting off for both teams.
Here we go. The bell has rung, and we are starting with this contest. One of these teams will get closer to becoming the #1 contender for the CWL Tag Team Championships, and honestly, it's going to be a great match.
I couldn't agree more with you there. Now we see Jay Scott. Oh, and we already see a little bit of the showing off from Jay Scott. I don't think many people are very surprised at that.
They shouldn't be. As we've seen and heard from Jay Scott himself, he is very cocky. He knows what he brings to the table. Maybe his luck hasn't been the best here in the CWL, but that's because he's finding his footing. Now, as we see him here with Rodrigo Del Gaisio, we're going to see again how that chemistry comes together, and we're also going to see how Jacob Nitro and Stark Shields work together, because as we know, they've exchanged some words with the American Dreamboats. The championships are here on Nemesis now instead of Vindication, so they get a little bit of closer look. They get a little bit more taste of it, if you will.
Definitely. And now we see Jacob Nitro taking the fight to the Starjammer, Jay Scott. Now Jay Scott's going to be fighting back. These big elbows to the gut. And I would almost have to say that these body shots are almost more impactful than maybe a headshot, because that sends shockwaves throughout your whole body.
And it also stops you from being able to lift, and it's more lasting damage than whenever you're taking a shot to the head. Obviously, you know, there's all that worry about CTE and everything. You could get concussed, but in the series of the match, as the match progresses, if you don't get concussed, that's one thing. But if you take constant body shots, that just completely crumples everything inside you to where you can't lift as much. As here we see Jacob Nitro making the attack to Stark Shields, and oh boy, I think Rodrigo Del Gaiso's in a lot of trouble here.
Definitely, it doesn't look like this man will have much problem lifting up anybody, really. Stark Shields starting off hot, maybe not too hot off the... Oh, and now moving out of the way of Rodrigo Del Gaiso, going back and forth, and now sending him back into his corner.
These two exchanging corners, trying to get a tag possibly. Very smart idea to keep the fresh man in. But Rodrigo Del Gaiso not shying away from bringing the big man over to his corner. Oh, but Stark Shields meets him with that elbow to the head right there. And now Stark Shields is looking to get momentum back on his side.
Now sends him into his corner, tags out to Jacob Nitro. And these two, you can already tell that the chemistry is there, working very well together as a team. And then throwing that back into the turnbuckles. Now, snapmare by Jacob Nitro.
Oh, that kicks him to do absolutely nothing as Rodrigo Del Gaiso gets right back up, sends Nitro over to the corner, gets a tag, and this is going to be the first time we're going to see Starjammer LLC do what they do best. And oh my god, that running knee to the back of Jacob Nitro's head along with Jay Scott's super kick. That did not have to feel good, but Jacob Nitro is right back into it. Oh, and an Enziguri right to the face.
You could tell of getting up from that Enziguri, fighting through the pain. You could see him holding that lower abdomen area. And then, can we just say, Rodrigo Del Gaiso just hit one of his very much signature moves in a sense with that big running knee.
Absolutely. That's how we saw Dr. Wrestling Jr. get knocked down in one of the matches like a month ago, if I'm not mistaken. That is going to be exactly what people need to watch out for with Rodrigo Del Gaiso, especially as we see more of this guy here. And look at that, a tag from Jay Scott. And oh my god, the double Starjammer. Each person using one leg in order to execute that maneuver. That is definitely going to be the Jay Scott special, if you will.
Definitely. And now, you've got to think, Rodrigo Del Gaiso, like you said earlier, very well known in MMA, always has a game plan. As you can see the game plan, they've been very focused on these limbs that they will be attacking later on for bigger moves like the Starjammer with targeting the back.
And talking about the back right there, we see Rodrigo Del Gaiso launch Nitro into the turnbuckles with that power bomb, definitely continuing the damage on the back. Very, very smart idea, as again, the more you do that, the less you'll be able to lift if you're the opponent. And look at that once again, vertical suplex right into the corner.
They just continue to work the back of Jacob Nitro. Now all they need to do is keep Stark Shields out of the equation. They can keep working like this.
I mean, I would too. I mean, you look at Stark Shields, he's obviously the most intimidating of the two, but here we see Rodrigo Del Gaiso lining up his shot and an apron drop kick. Puts Jacob Nitro back inside the ring. Rodrigo slow to get back inside, and here we go for the pinfall. Stark Shields looking to get in and interrupt this pinfall, and there it is. He breaks it up. A 2 count. Jay Scott following pursuit. Stark Shields very smart to run to the outside.
Yeah, maybe yelling in the face of Jay Scott there after that. But now we see Jacob Nitro spiking Rodrigo Del Gaiso. Now back to his feet. And that big Enziguri, we've seen that a lot. It's put a couple people down, and now maybe looking to end it here with a burnout by chance. And there it is, burnout by Jacob Nitro.
That hammerlock inverted DDT has put so many people away. Has it just put away Del Gaiso? But no, Jay Scott actually attacks the referee. That's definitely one way to do it.
It looks like Stark Shields might have overshot. We saw him just maybe clip the edge of Nitro's head there with that punch, but clubbing Jay Scott. Now he's down here on the outside, motionless, and we see Jacob Nitro bringing it back to Rodrigo Del Gaiso. Super kick right there.
The super kick was probably what Nitro needed right there to get back in control, but Del Gaiso already back up to his feet, and oh my god, Nitro got the tag. Now we're gonna see Stark Shields meet him with a super kick of his own, and here comes Stark Shields on the side of Anarchy Inc., but the Starjammer LLC teammate is not gonna let him control it, and this is gonna be the best part of the match here. We're gonna see Stark Shields versus Rodrigo Del Gaiso, no partners. This is the best opportunity to try and get a win for your team.
Definitely no one to worry about maybe breaking up a pin or something, and rolls him through and it kicks his head off. Oh my goodness.
Oh
now,
my God. Why is Stark Shields going to the top? Jay, why is Stark Shields going to the top?
Jay Scott just watching on. Oh, he's going over there to knock him off and hits him in the leg. Maybe not letting him get all the power he needed to jump over there to reach Delgaiso.
A very smart plan right there by Jay Scott, possibly avoiding disaster for his teammate right there, as Rodrigo Delgaiso was able to avoid the double axe handle. Stark Shields didn't get enough air, and now it looks like Jacob Nitro and Stark Shields are maybe starting their next plan. Maybe they're taking a breather together here. Maybe they're talking trash to Rodrigo Delgaiso. We're a little bit far, so I can't really understand what they're saying over there.
Oh, and now we know what this is. Impact Stomp by Stark Shields and into the cover, and that might just be it. But no, Jay Scott's there to save the day again. And now, oh, maybe getting in the way of Stark Shields there with Jacob Nitro, sending him into the corner.
Maybe Nitro knew what he had to do right there as the veteran, as he now goes for the Tornado DDT, and Stark Shields follows it up with a kick to the chest. Now this is Stark Shields' opportunity to try and win this match. Jay Scott is out of the equation. Rodrigo Delgaiso's on his own. He can't tag anybody. And now Stark Shields, oh, he went for that body splash in the corner, but he missed. And now Delgaiso sending Stark Shields to the corner. Once again, misses the body splash.
I've got to say, I've been loving what I've seen from both teams, but now Anarchy Inc., the teamwork is now showing. The more experience that they have together is definitely showing with a big Falcon arrow from Stark Shields, and they are taking the fight to Starjammer LLC.
Now Stark Shields right here after that Falcon arrow. The momentum continues. I believe he was going to go for an attack there with Jacob Nitro, but Delgaiso not allowing it. The back elbows right there get Rodrigo in a bad spot, but Rodrigo returns the favor. Oh, and he goes for the punch to the gut right there. Now a kick. Delgaiso lifting him up. The Delgaiso special. This is locked in. Stark Shields is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, just pulling that arm and trying to bend it in a way it's not supposed to be bended. But no, able to roll through in big clubbing blows to the side of the head of Rodrigo Delgaiso. And that's got to rock your brain just a little bit there. And now flattening him there.
Now, what was interesting right there, Jay, was the fact that Jacob Nitro did not come inside the ring in order to help out his partner. Was that faith in his partner, or was that just foolish?
You gotta think, like you said, Jacob Nitro, a veteran of Citadel. I would have to say that he trusts Stark Shields.
Oh my God!
Jesus.
I'm sorry to cut you off there, but they just 640 pounds that just splashed down on Rodrigo Delgaiso.
Yeah, now working the arm, maybe trying to get a little bit technical, but that's not what you want to do if you are Stark Shields, especially going against someone like Rodrigo Delgaiso.
I'm still just shocked that we just see 640 pounds come down from 10 feet high. As we see another impact stomp right there, Rodrigo Delgaiso. The exhaustion starting to set in for Stark Shields. Maybe that's the time that Rodrigo needed, possibly to kick out, as now Stark Shields into the pin. 1, 2, it's Jay Scott once again interrupts the pinfall.
You gotta think, maybe if he wouldn't have expended so much energy, he might have been able to get that pin a little bit sooner and might have been able to get it there. And then that's what I like about Starjammer LLC. They're more of a marathon team rather than a sprint. Stark Shields has been sprinting this whole match, and now he's starting to feel the effects. While Delgaiso is still feeling good, and now another Delgaiso special trying to just break the arm.
This is a bad spot right here. Jacob Nitro once again not coming in to help his partner. This is not a good look. And there it is. Stark Shields taps out to the Delgaiso special. Starjammer LLC picks up their first victory.
And what a win for them in their first tag team match together, winning it against someone that was gunning, a team that was gunning for those tag titles, but now their momentum has come to a stop by Starjammer LLC.
And that's definitely something that the Dreamboats love to hear, as we know the Dreamboats are going to be defending those championships against GPU at 0 Hour. We're going to have to see.
The winners of the match, the team of Rodrigo Delgaiso, Jay Scott, Starjammer LLC.
And a big win for Starjammer LLC. And you gotta say, they just beat the team that was really gunning for those titles maybe after 0 Hour. That put them next in line after GPU.
There is a lot of time still left. But ladies and gentlemen, up next, we're going to hear from Olivia Bodum herself. She says that she has some words to Selena Adams after her victory at Gold in the Bank, winning that briefcase in that gigantic ladder match. And you know what? Let's hear it from the horse's mouth itself. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Olivia Bodum claims herself that she is not done with Selena Adams, and she's going to be there whenever Selena decides to cash in, and that's a very major threat. But moving on ahead, talking about major threats, that is something Pinball Witch wants to become, especially after a victory over Haley Hudson, if she's able to get it here tonight.
Well, you know, Pinball Witch has had this little burst of, I guess you could say, greatness, and it's being very well in the ring, and Haley Hudson yet still winless here at CWL.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 139 pounds, from Tucson, Arizona, Pinball Witch.
And now here comes Pinball Witch getting ready for action. As we've seen her, she's trying to get back into her winning ways. At one point, she was on the cusp of possibly being the Nemesis Women's Champion, and ever since then, her luck has kind of ran out. I'm not entirely sure what happened, and maybe she started taking new game plans into matches and stuff, but she promises that this year is going to be something completely different, and she hopes to start turning around after a victory against Haley Hudson here tonight.
And it can be something that kind of boosts her back into like the women's title scene, or maybe even the openweight title scene. But we'll just have to find out.
And her opponent, weighing 154 pounds, from Arlington, Texas, the Hammer, Haley Hudson.
And speaking about turning your luck around, here comes Haley Hudson. Now, as much as Pinball Witch believes that her career hasn't really been the best here in the CWL, Haley Hudson is the one that I believe should be the one saying these things. Haley Hudson has been here ever since Season 2, and she's yet to pick up a victory. Not to say that she's a bad competitor. We have fantastic people here in the CWL, but Haley Hudson has just not been able to get out from the starting line. Now, this could be a completely different scenario today. I think it'll be more momentous if Haley Hudson is able to pick up a victory over Pinball Witch.
And I would have to agree with you, like you said, winless since Season 2. We're now in Season 4, and that's pretty much 2 years Haley Hudson has not found herself in the winning column. Looking to change that here tonight against Pinball Witch.
Well, as you know, there is a certain CWO legend that won a championship at the biggest event of another company, so anything can happen here in the CWL. As here now we see Pinball Witch immediately opening up with the best plan of attack, using her entire arsenal of speed and incredible maneuvers. That's something that I love about Pinball Witch. You never know where she's going to fly at you from, whether it's from the mat, whether it's from the bottom rope, second rope, top rope, doesn't matter. Pinball Witch will come at you at any angle.
Definitely. Now you see that waistlock takedown, and you can see the experience showing of Haley Hudson here in this match already. Pinball Witch taking the back. Now another waistlock takedown, and now getting that side headlock.
Oh, she connects right there with the punch, as now Haley Hudson is trying to come back with that back elbow, but Pinball Witch catches it, and now she's going with those kicks as they kind of clash a little bit there, and Haley Hudson uses that to her advantage to get back control of this matchup.
And now we see that arm drag, just bringing Haley all the way down and off the ropes, and a bit of a, I'm not even sure what you would call that, slides and just slams her face into the mat, and now looks for a cover, no, kick it out before the 1 count.
That facebuster was probably something that Pinball Witch has worked on several times, as now Haley Hudson goes in with her own bulldog, and that kick to the back only seemed to anger Pinball Witch as she clotheslines Haley to the outside.
Yeah, a big clothesline sending her onto the padded concrete, and now looking to work from the outside, but Haley Hudson sends her right back into the ring.
Oh, and here we see Haley Hudson bringing the heat, going in with those kicks, but Pinball Witch stops her with a kick of her own. And there it is once again, that face buster in the middle of the ring. Goes for the pinfall. Could this be it? Has Haley Hudson just been beat once again? But no, she kicks out right before the 1.
Now bringing Haley Hudson back to her feet. Snapmare takedown. And then even looking to work that arm a little bit here.
And now let's talk a little bit about what Pinball Witch wants to accomplish to do. We just crowned a new Nemesis Women's Champion at Gold in the Bank when Cassidy Clark defeated Holly Queen. That means that the field is wide open for new contenders. Do you think that's maybe something that Pinball Witch is looking to?
Definitely. You gotta think you're always wanting to just gone for that title and just prove that you are the best, and you have to start at the bottom to get to the top, and that's exactly what Pinball Witch is doing here tonight.
And here we see Haley Hudson pick up Pinball Witch, slams her against the corner, and then just kind of throws her nonchalantly over to the center of the ring. Pinball Witch is able to recover pretty quickly, as now there it is, any angle of attack. The Pinball Witch is gonna come at you, and that 450 splash from the bottom rope.
And the athleticism of Pinball Witch on display already. And now looking for that spellbind and gets it locked in. Will Haley Hudson tap here?
This is one of her signature maneuvers right here. Haley Hudson was not prepared, and that spellbind is able to get Pinball Witch the victory. Haley Hudson remaining winless here in the CWL.
And a big win for Pinball Witch, maybe looking to move on in the rankings.
The winner of the match, Pinball Witch.
And now, as Pinball Witch celebrates her victory, she's looking ahead at the next challenge here on Nemesis, whoever it might be, as she gets closer to a championship match, whether it be the Openweight Championship or the Nemesis Women's Championship. As coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see Zach Anderson face off against Matthew Ramirez, the new one half of the tag team champions here in the CWL. As we know, Zach Anderson has been actually wanting a match with Raymondo. Unable to claim it, Raymondo is now putting obstacles in front of him, and Matthew Ramirez is going to be the first one.
And this is sure to be a good match. We know Zach Anderson has the talent, but Matthew Ramirez this off the high of winning the tag titles, looking to continue that here tonight.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, Zach Anderson.
Well, here comes Zach Anderson. As I mentioned before, he's the one actually looking for a match against Raymondo. Raymondo not reciprocating that kind of respect to Anderson. And now we're gonna see him have a showdown against another one of the Fatal Vices. Who do you got?
I'm gonna have to say Matthew Ramirez for this one. Like I said, maybe off an adrenaline rush, off winning those tag titles, looking to continue the momentum here tonight.
Oh, but before we get to the match, it looks like Zach Anderson has got some words to say. Let's hear him out.
Raymondo, it's so sad you didn't win the briefcase. I believed in you. It's like you were distracted or something. Like you were looking out for someone that was going to throw you off your A-game. Anyway, the past is past. Now you're all mine, Raymondo. I get to brutalize you. I get to end you. Your career will end at my hand. I want to see the man whose career I'm ending, Raymondo. Get down to the ring. Now.
Well, there you have it. Zach Anderson still looking for the match against Raymondo. He is convinced that he's going to get that here tonight, even though we've already promoted this matchup. We offered it to Raymondo. He said no, that he has to go through Matthew Ramirez. But Zach Anderson is not taking that for an answer. Now, Doc, I'm sorry, I'm talking over you right now. I'm just a little... I don't know what Zach Anderson's talking about.
Ramirez.
I don't know why he's still asking for that match with Raymondo. He needs to be focused on Matthew Ramirez. Matthew Ramirez, no slouch in the ring at all, no one to look past. Like, as you can tell, that gold around his waist was not easy to get.
I mean, you're right. It wasn't an easy target. A lot of people are going to give credit to the fact that it was a handicap 2-on-1 match, but Pistolero is no ordinary man. It still took the effort of the Dreamboats to put Pistolero down the way they did. If it was an easy match, they would have won in 2-3 minutes. That match went for what, 10, 12 maybe?
Something like that. And also, if you are going to say that maybe it was because of the handicap match, Pistolero won one of his handicap matches against the Church of Steel. So I don't really see how that could be even valid.
I agree with you. I think Pistolero is an incredible competitor that we have here in the CWO, but I digress. This is about Zach Anderson and Raymondo. Hold on, Raymondo's coming right over here next to me. Oh, okay, all right, he's grabbing a microphone. I guess we're gonna he's gonna have some words here for Zach Anderson. Let's hear him out after this, after Matthew Ramirez stops loving himself.
Anderson, Raymondo here kill you too. Raymondo enjoy it much too. Raymondo lose gold bank because can say Anderson, you make Raymondo lose match. Raymondo crush your soul.
You know what, Raymondo? I'm done with this whole my father likes you shtick. My father hates you. He wanted me to gain your trust. He knows how stupid you are. I'm sorry, father, but I'm done with these fucking games. Your career will be over. I just need to know when I get my hands on you. When I get to end you. When you will be killed in action.
Kill in action? Raymondo does not understand. That doesn't say silly thing. can say words, Raimondo. What? Patience! Raimondo, no action tonight. Just the Sanderson bastard. Sanderson bastard face Ramirez vice tonight. It's a book Jekyll give Raimondo vice. But you want the action from Raimondo too? Raimondo think he can make Raimondo greedy. Sanderson greedy for 2 action? 2 action? 2 action? You get!
And now we are started off here. Zach Anderson already started by taking that fight to a single leg takedown to Matthew Ramirez.
And I don't know if you kind of understood what Raimondo said there. I tried. I speak a little bit of Raimondonian. I think he was talking there about Zach Anderson's father once again, and how Zach Anderson basically has to go through the fatal vices if he wants to get to Raimondo. I'm still trying to decipher what he said. It's a bit of a headache sometimes.
And if that is the case, that is not going to be an easy task for Zach Anderson.
But hey, Zach Anderson's up to the challenge.
And not to say that I don't think he can do it, but I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. Already starting off, taking on one half of the tag team champions.
And look right there, like Matthew Ramirez was able to get a little bit of control in that match, but Zach Anderson more determined than ever. He wants to take down one of the tag team champions. Now, actually, let's put that in perspective. Zach Anderson, let's say that he wins this match. An impressive victory over Matthew Ramirez in one singles competition. But he's also just beat one of the tag team champions. What do you personally think that does for his stock here in the CWO?
I would have to say that might boost him up, definitely. I mean, that's obviously something obvious, but to move on to face on Raimondo, he'd have to beat the other tag team champ and the rest of the Fatal Vices.
Oh, and it looked right here like Zach Anderson almost got caught by a submission hold by Matthew Ramirez. Oh, that knee strike misses, though. Zach Anderson on his A game here connects with a knee of his own in the corner. Matthew Ramirez is in a lot of trouble as Zach Anderson is just starting to pile it on with the momentum on his side.
Zach Anderson taking it to Matthew Ramirez in the early goings of this match. Absolutely relentless so far, but Matthew Ramirez not playing nice either. Now standing on the apron, Matthew Ramirez, not sure what his game plan is, but now bites Matthew Ramirez. Now looks for the cover. 1, no, kicks out before the ref could even get to the 2. Before the ref could get a 1 count.
Did you see that though? Zach Anderson was looking at Raimondo as he spiked Ramirez with that DDT. That was a message to Raimondo. A beautiful fisherman suplex right there by Matthew Ramirez. Zach Anderson not going for the pin. Once again, staring a hole in Raimondo. He is serious about wanting this match.
He is dead set. I think if he keeps that up, I think he might just be able to get through all the Fatal Vices.
Now here we see Zach Anderson going for that midnight elbow. Matthew Ramirez has not been able to get out of the gate at all. This is the most impressive performance we have seen on the side of Zach Anderson as he goes for the pinfall, but Matthew Ramirez is able to kick out after that midnight elbow. Maybe Zach Anderson wasted a little bit of too much time there.
I've got to say, this might be Matthew Ramirez at his worst, if I'm being quite honest. We have never seen him get manhandled quite like he is right now.
Maybe he underestimated Zach Anderson. Maybe the victory got to his head after Pistolero on Gold in the Bank. We don't know. I just know that Matthew Ramirez loves himself because he is the sin of lust amongst the Fatal Vices. And maybe he's just not taking Zach Anderson seriously for a reason or two.
I have to agree with you. I would not put that past him. Now, maybe looking for something only up there on his shoulders, but able to swing out of it and get the reverse DDT.
Oh, and Zach Anderson looks like he's gearing up for something. Are we about to see Matthew Ramirez get killed in action?
KIA!
He plants him down in the middle of the ring. Matthew Ramirez in a whole lot of trouble. Zach Anderson goes for the pinfall. Referee gets a 2, and that's it. Zach Anderson has just absolutely mauled Matthew Ramirez.
Oh my goodness, and you can see him yelling in his face after that win. And what a win for Zach Anderson. Absolutely manhandled Matthew Ramirez this whole match.
The winner of the match, Zach Anderson.
What a victory here for Zach Anderson as Matthew Ramirez rolled out of the ring, but now Zach Anderson staring right at Raymondo right there. Raymondo up in arms. He can't believe what he just saw.
You could tell the disbelief on the face of Raymondo after that massive win for Zach Anderson. And moving on, this match will be for number 1 contendership of the Openweight Championship. We have April taking on Casey Sabin and taking on Noelle Park in a triple threat match.
This match has fireworks written all over it. We're either going to see history repeat itself, we're going to see the next generation rise, or the Fatal Vices are going to claim one more championship opportunity.
The following triple threat match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 99 pounds, from Tokyo, Japan, April.
Now, Jay, I have a question. Do you believe the lightning can strike twice?
I definitely think so. If you're referring to what I think you are, April started off her momentous run last season in a triple threat and would go on to beat Marilyn Benson for the Openweight title. If you guys didn't know, Marilyn Benson, the current Openweight champion, and can we see history, like you said, repeat itself pretty much to a T.
Let me put more facts in front of you. You talk about April winning a number 1 contendership in a triple threat match. They are on separate brands. Marilyn Benson is the Openweight champion, and the event we're going into is 0 Hour. Literally the exact same scenario. If April pulls this off, I will tell you right now, I'm gonna go get a lottery ticket tomorrow.
And the opponents, weighing 138 pounds, from Detroit, Michigan, Casey Sabin.
And Casey Sabin making her way down to the ring. And I have to say that this is maybe not the biggest match for her career. Might have been back at Endgame 3 when they won the Women's Tag Team Championship. But it's maybe second biggest match of her career. This could give her a shot at Marilyn Benson and the Openweight title. And I think she's felt this pressure before. I could tell she's kind of calm, cool, collected there. But maybe that might be what gets her the win here tonight.
And now here we see Casey Sabin. As you mentioned, somebody that's been very impressive here across Season 3 and the beginning of Season 4, winning the Women's Tag Team Championships alongside her former partner, Jessica Scarberry. Now she's looking to repeat that success, but in singles action. We know Casey Sabin is capable of it. She didn't let the pressure of Endgame crumble her back then. I legitimately think Casey Sabin has an incredibly good shot of winning this matchup and then we're going to see her go against Marilyn Benson at 0 Hour, which, I'll be honest, that's a match I'm very much looking forward to seeing.
Me as well, and if I had to say anyone that I'd want to win this match, it would most likely have to be Casey Sabin. Very talented in the ring.
Cassidy Clark, as we talked about, she opened up the gates for everybody, but Olivia Bodum of the Fatal Vice is currently settled on Selena. Jessica Scarberry trying to find her way back into it. Noelle Park now has an opportunity to bring that gold over to the Fatal Vices. So the field's wide open, but this is for the Openweight Championship contendership, as now April immediately goes after Noelle, and Noelle connects back with that flying forearm.
And we saw there at the beginning, Casey Sabin just letting them kind of fight it out. So now she has the upper hand over both of them. It goes for a springboard moonsault, but not able to get it there.
And it looks here like April is gearing up for another kick to the face of Noelle Park. Noelle Park in a lot of trouble here, but Casey Sabin got caught with the German suplex, just getting launched to the center of the ring. Now in the middle of the ring, we see Noelle Park kind of just trying to shake the cobwebs off as April goes for the vertical suplex. Oh, but Casey Sabin falls behind her, and that was a bit of a collision there as April looks like she's rolling to the outside, possibly a little bit rocked. Noelle Park trying to get back into the action, but Casey Sabin instead catches her and plants her with that inverted DDT facebuster.
Now we see April kind of sitting back, letting Noelle Park and Casey Sabin fight it out, but Noelle Park not letting that fly at all. Big clothesline to April over the top rope and onto the padded concrete right here in front of our announce table.
Oh, Noelle Park now going for the head scissors on the inside. April going back inside the ring. Oh, Noelle Park is going for the pinfall, but no, Casey Sabin able to kick out at one. Oh, it looked like April tried to sneak up on Noelle, but Noelle saw it coming, connects with a punch, and then that arm hook neck breaker. The knee misses to Casey Sabin. Casey Sabin goes up and gets that floating return DDT.
So now it has her on her back, and just stunner there by Casey Sabin.
Now it looked like Casey Sabin right there was going for a bulldog, but now she's got April all lined up, and we're gonna get a taste of Sabin. The taste of Sabin connects, and she goes right after Noelle Park because Noelle Park was up. Very, very smart plan by Casey Sabin. She's got to take somebody out, and it might as well be the woman who has not won a match here in a long time. But that's not to say anything bad, because Noelle Park does have the new influence of the Fatal Vices on her side.
Now we see Casey Sabin fighting back against Noelle Park, and I thought it might have just been a better idea to maybe try to get Noelle Park out of the ring, because we saw April's just now getting back to her feet, breaking up that pin now. But I think if Casey Sabin could have got Noelle Park out of the ring and then went back to get that pin on April, she could have very well been the #1 contender for the openweight title.
I fully agree. Now Casey Sabin rolls to the outside. April retreated to a corner, not entirely sure what her idea was there. Noelle Park catches her. She tried to go for a belly-to-belly suplex, but April gouges the eyes. And now Casey's back in, but Noelle, with her quick reflexes, is able to punch out Sabin out of position. And a gigantic powerbomb in the middle of the ring. Noelle Park is in full control here. And there it is. The DDT. We've seen her win matches with this. Could this be Noelle Park's chance to be the #1 contender?
And we saw the raccoon swing there, and now the Casey Sabin fighting back against Noelle Park, loads her up on her back again in a backpack stunner of sorts by Casey Sabin. Now April back into the mix, bit of an arm breaker there, and now we see April showing off just a little bit, and now that might have cost her there. Big super kick by Sabin. Now into the cover. Noelle Park might not be able to get there, but April able to kick out at 1. And Noelle Park just took out the ref. Now loads her up on her shoulder in the fall before the goddess. April sent into the corner now. Not sure what she's looking for, but a chop block by Noelle Park. Casey Sabin now on the outside. And the ref still not been able to recover.
Noelle Park starting to lift up April here to the top. Oh, it looked like she was going to go for a big move, but now April is stunned. I'm sorry, Noelle Park is stunned as April goes with that missile dropkick. Casey Sabin still on the outside. The referee not responding. Oh, there he goes. Both people are starting to get back up. This is April's opportunity to get the victory with the backpack slide bomb right there. And now she saw Sabin come in. Oh, there it is. The April lock. The April lock is in. Is she going to tap?
Casey Sabin tap, looking to make lightning strike twice. Again, another overweight title shot. Casey Sabin fighting, but now out of it.
It looked like Casey Sabin wanted to tap out right there, but April changed her plan to instead go for the pinfall. Casey Sabin could still be rocked, and there it is! April is the #1 contender for the Openweight Championship.
And maybe just didn't have enough energy after being choked out for so long to kick out of that one. And April will be facing Marilyn Benson once again at 0 Hour with the Openweight Championship.
I am shocked. And if Marilyn Benson does not believe that lightning strikes twice, well, 0 Hour is going to be a very interesting show to watch.
The winner of the match and your new #1 contender, April.
And April celebrates the victory. She knows the big opportunity that is coming to her in just a few short weeks against Marilyn Benson in that championship match. But up next, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear from Ryan Quinn, who actually, unfortunately, just lost his Twitch championship a few weeks ago. And, I mean, he asked for this time on the microphone. We're going to give him some time to maybe talk a little bit about his future here.
I'm supposed to be one of the top stars in the CWL. I know I've been on that level, and you guys have seen it before. The performance I had against TJ Black was not that. He had me figured out, and before I even knew what was happening, and I passed out. So congrats to TJ Black, you got the best of me. However, I need to improve. I haven't been able to improve myself, and that showed at Gold in the Bank, but I think I figured out a way to improve. I've never been in a group besides Blood Money, and it wasn't anything like what I want to do now. I want to be in Star Jammer. Sure, these guys are new to the CWL, but having this new bond with J. Scott and Rodrigo will help me improve and get myself back to the top. So, J. Scott, get back to me soon.
Wait, hold on. Did he just say that he wants to join Starjammer LLC?
I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this out there. At least at Gold in the Bank, J Scott did not seem very fond of Ryan Quinn going into his Twitch title match. I'm not sure how well that is going to go for him. But moving on, at the match ahead, Alex Perez will be taking on Brandon Kuvas.
Alex Perez looking to build momentum towards possibly getting a title match himself for the one championship that he's never won, the Nemesis Championship. This could be the beginning of that road for Alex Perez, and Brandon Cuevas is definitely not somebody that you want to overlook, as you know, his career here could take off at any moment.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 225 pounds, from San Jose, USA, Alex Perez.
And Alex Perez making his way down to the ring. And like you said, really looking to get towards the Nemesis title match. And this season, he hasn't done bad, but he has not done too well. Almost had a Twitch title, but Ryan Quinn was able to retain that match after Alex Perez actually beat Ryan Quinn in one-on-one action. But now looking to get back into the rankings for that World Heavyweight Championship here on Nemesis.
Now, right now, I'm not going to say we're at a shortage of contenders. A lot of people are rising up to be the next person to stand up to Blxck. But in your opinion, what does Alex Perez have in his arsenal where if he were having a match against Blxck right now for the championship, that would end any differently from the title matches we've seen previous with Blxck?
I feel like Alex Perez, he has that drive to win. I mean, a lot of people do, but not quite like Alex Perez. We've seen him since I believe season 1, and not once has he shied down from a challenge.
And now as we see the very confident Perez, he's about to await his opponent in Brandon Cuevas, someone who we introduced here to everybody in the CWL in late season 3. His luck hasn't been too well here, but anything can happen here in the CWL. And a win by Brandon Cuevas against Alex Perez could be incredibly monumental in rising his stock to a championship match for himself.
And his opponents, Brandon Cuevas.
And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brandon Cuevas. And we've actually seen him a little bit more on Genesis lately, more than Nemesis. But that doesn't change the fact that this is a very skilled competitor that we're bringing to the table here to fight Alex Perez on Nemesis. And quite frankly, a win here over Alex Perez could, again, like I said, prove to be incredibly monumental for his career.
Yes, and as of late, hasn't been doing too well for himself. But like you said, this could be very monumental, and this could turn around his year for if he can pick up a win over a competitor like Alex Perez.
As now he starts to get inside the ring, the crowd, you can kind of hear them start booing him. A lot more Alex Perez fans here than Brandon Cuevas fans. And I mean, I don't blame them. I like Brandon Cuevas personally, but he's no Alex Perez. Alex has been here since the beginning of the CWL. He was one of the first people to sign on the dotted line because he had faith in this company. And that faith has been rewarded by the fans' love and appreciation.
Definitely, Alex Perez is definitely one of the most beloved competitors here in the CWL, and it is on display by this crowd.
And here we go. Both men look at each other across the ring. The bell has rung, and it's always incredible to see Brandon Cuevas' incredible size with that float over DDT. He towers over a majority of the Nemesis roster.
It's a very tall man at that. Alex Perez showing that it's not too big of a problem as he's fighting back here with these kicks. Now gets his waist. Nightmare by Cuevas. Now just working that arm is Alex Perez.
Now Alex Perez, as he slams Cuevas down to the mat. Cuevas able to counter back with that, and our clothesline sends Alex all the way to the outside. Brandon pandering to the crowd, trying to get their sympathy here, but it looks like it's not working as they just boo him a little bit more. And Alex Perez connects with that elbow, and they're fighting right out here in front of us. I'm kind of scared right now.
They're a little bit too close for comfort, if you ask me. As much as I do like Alex Perez, I don't like him this close, especially with taking on a man quite like Brandon Cuevas, and now taking back in the ring where the match is won. Thank you.
Now Alex Perez has got Cuevas on a vertical suplex. Very clean execution right there. As now Alex Perez is not letting that momentum die down for anything. Connects with a drop kick in the corner, but it looks like it kind of missed. Oh my God, he just came out of there with a big boot.
And that flattened Hikari, you could tell he was shocked. And now dropping that shin on his throat and looking for the covered one. No, not a 2 count for Brandon Cuevas, and Alex Perez right back to his feet. But a snap suplex sends him right back down.
How dare you disrespect Alex Perez like that? He told us he doesn't want us to call him Hikari anymore. That's in his past.
Sorry, it's just out of habit. But now, a big moonsault for Alex Perez.
Now Alex Perez connects with the kicks right there to the stomach. Perez doing exactly what he needs to do, finding the big man here, trying to chop at the limbs as best as he can, and as he twists that arms backwards. The arm is not supposed to bend that way.
Definitely not. And now Brandon Cuevas sends Perez right back down with a big pull back clothesline.
And now Cuevas here. It looked like he was going to go for the swinging neck breaker. Instead, Alex Perez meets him with a big boot of his own. Kind of like a swinging leg variation there. As now Perez barely dodges the grasp of Cuevas. And now Perez going to the other side of the rope. Over with the Dragon Rush.
Now into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, but Brandon Cuevas is able to kick down. I don't even think Sicario could believe that one. I think him and everyone here in attendance thought that was it for Cuevas.
I definitely felt like that was it. The Dragon Rush has proved to be one of Alex Perez's best shots, and Brandon Cuevas was still able to continue the fight, kicking out at 2, maybe 2.5.
Must close, but now Perez sent into the corner, and now sending Cuevas in there as well. But these two just going back and forth, not going either which way for either of these men. But now a big shin breaker, and he still has that ankle and a dragon screw takedown.
And now Alex Perez, once again, it looks like he's setting up for something big. And there it is, once again, the Dragon Rush goes right into the pinfall. This could be it. 1, 2, and that is it. Perez picks up a victory over a very game Cuevas.
And maybe not the biggest win he could have gone, but a win at that for Alex Perez, looking to keep gunning for that heavyweight title.
The winner of the match, Alex Perez.
And now Alex Perez here celebrates a victory, a very well-earned victory over Brandon Cuevas as he gets closer once again to being the #1 contender for the Nemesis Heavyweight Championship. And everybody here knows this is going to be the year where he wins the championship. He has claimed that that's going to happen, and I wholeheartedly believe the man.
Alex known for keeping his promises, but this is Connor Gates.
He's not one of the people in the Fatal 4 elimination coming up next, is he?
No, not that I know of.
So, New York City, Gold in the Bank. The 6-man ladder match for the ultimate opportunity in the CWL. And the man to win it was Yamashita. Now, because I was too focused on settling a little grudge I have with Drake Harrison, and yeah, that really didn't get me anywhere, did it? It certainly didn't get me a briefcase. But I'm not the one that really has to worry right now. In fact, the person that does have to worry is Michael Young, because in the main event of Golden Bank, he defeated Harris to become the new Vindication heavyweight champion. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, Connor, why the bloody hell are you bringing up Vindication? You're a Nemesis wrestler. Which is true, I am. But anytime I get to point out that Michael Young has a target on his back, I take.
Oh my God, hold on, wait a second, that's Alexander. I don't think Connor Gates saw him coming. He just hit him with a chair.
Over rocking him with that chair. Alexander absolutely ruthless.
This is something we haven't seen from Alexander ever, if we're being perfectly honest. Connecting with that forearm. Now that head scissors right there in the center of the ring. I think he's going to go for the chair one more time. Maybe thinking about it. Oh, there he is. He made up his mind. Connor Gates getting absolutely destroyed with this chair. What is Alexander doing?
On Connor Gates, and he throws the chair right on his head. Able to roll it off.
I don't know what Alexander's doing here. Oh my God, the Yorktown face buster right on the chair.
And Alexander making a statement of sorts out of Connor Gates. Oh, that's right in front of our table now.
I mean, we just heard Connor Gates talk about Gold in the Bank. I guess Alexander's going to do the same. Connor, you've made a grave mistake. You've made the mistake of making an enemy out of me. Now, I'm not sure if you recall, but just a year ago, you stunted the Revolt from growing to their full potential with the Truthless Heroes. And look at that. A year later, you've stunted the growth of the future of the CWL and the future of Nemesis. Now, I will give you credit. You've given me a loss on my record 3 times. And for the first time, a loss on Nemesis. But let's check the facts, shall we? I had a dead weight in Buzzsaw Briggs. And if we're being honest, he's the reason I never became a tag team champion. Then, just a month ago, when you qualified, I wasn't pinned. You pinned FJA. Then just 2 weeks ago, yeah, you pinned me. But I had to keep my head on a swivel because TJ Black is not one trustworthy individual. What would you do if you had someone you couldn't trust in your corner? I was distracted. Connor, I hope you're as uncomfortable as possible out there. You and I are just getting started. And trust me, when we finally do clash, you're going to pay for all the misfortune that you've laid at my doorstep. Because no one has ever seen what I'm truly capable of. You're just the first one to try and scratch past the surface. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very somber message right there by Alexander, claiming that he's not done with Connor Gates. And if we thought we had seen anything from him yet, we haven't really seen anything at all.
I have to agree with you, especially after that brutal attack. Moving on for the Nemesis Heavyweight Championship, #1 contendership. Brandon looks like a Stockz Wrestling Jr. And they will all I don't even know how to describe this. Random will be taking on Dr. Wrestling Jr., FJ, and Ken Warlock, all going head-to-head, one-on-one here tonight.
And it's going to be elimination style. The last man standing is going to be the #1 contender for Gruul Katak's championship. All these men want a piece of Gruul Katak, but only one is going to get that opportunity.
The main event of Nemesis is a fatal 4-way match set for 1 fall. Introducing first, from Mola, Illinois, Brandon.
Well, each of these men actually have a little bit of claim, if you will, to wanting to face Gruul Katak next. Brandon here was supposed to be the man that faced him at Supremacy in that Iron Man match for the Supremacy Finals before he got suspended over on Vindication. He actually came here to Nemesis in order to get the match against Gruul Katak. And now here he has his opportunity to do so. And Brandon is focused. He saw his wife win earlier today here for the #1 contendership for the Openweight Championship. Brandon wants a match against Gruul Katak, and he's not going to let anything stop him.
And the opponents, weighing 150 pounds, from Tijuana, Mexico, Dr. Wrestling Jr.
Now, Dr. Wrestling Jr., on the other hand, he claims that he has found the weakness to Gruul Katak, and he is going to show the world exactly what that is. Whether that's true or not, I'm going to leave it up to the good doctor. But Jay, do you think Dr. Wrestling Jr. has actually found a cure for the disease that is Gruul Katak?
I mean, most doctors could find the cure for everything, but Dr. Wrestling Jr. has not been doing too hot in season 4 here, so I'm not quite sure if he has what it takes to cure Nemesis of Gruul Katak.
And now the good doctor actually even claimed to want just a match with Gruul Katak, even if it was non-title. I respect the man for going out there and still respecting the fact that he hasn't been on the best streak here on Nemesis. But all those things aside, he's a former Twitch champion. He is a former YouTube champion. He's a former Nemesis champion. This guy deserves all the respect that he has earned. And honestly, if he wanted a title match tomorrow, I'd say, let's do it.
Weighing 200 pounds, from Buenos Aires, Argentina, FJA.
Making his way down to the ring and maybe looking to finally get a shot at Gruul for the title this time. As we know, 1-1 with Gruul Katak. Looking to win this match and then go on, then beat him 2-1 and lead with the Nemesis Heavyweight Championship.
Personally, I think he might have gone a little bit too hard-headed last time they went at it. It was supposed to be a Falls Count Anywhere match, but instead of waiting for Gruul to make his way to the ring, FJA blindsided him in the backstage area before Gruul could make his entrance. And since it was Falls Count Anywhere, the bell rang, and Gruul Katak actually knocked out this man with one of those auger wells on the concrete. I think FJA may have just gone a little bit ahead of himself last time.
I have to agree with you there.
Representing Fatal Vices, from Helltown, Ken Warlock.
Just 1 week ago, Ken Warlock attempted to take the Nemesis Championship away from Gulkatak and was unfortunately unable to do so. Now, he has probably been the man that's been closest to taking that championship away, or just even the closest to having a competitive matchup with Gulkatak ever since we began Season 4. I think Ken is coming in here with a different game plan. He is going to be the one that wants to get that next shot at Gulkatak in 2 weeks at the Super Show. And I personally, he's my favorite to win, and we're going to see a rematch.
I think that'd be a very interesting one, but for me, I'm gonna have to root for FJA here. Currently 1-1. I think it would be very cool to see them get that rubber match and see who is truly the better man between those two. Nonetheless, moving on to this match.
And here we go. We got 4 people inside the ring. The bell has rang. Fatal 4-way elimination style. The last man standing will be the #1 contender for Gulkatak's championship in just 2 weeks at the Nemesis Super Show.
Now, Brandon coming out to the outside to maybe meet Ken Warlock. But Ken Warlock making his way right back into the ring. You see Brandon give him chase and a big clubbing blow to the back. Ken Warlock fighting back there.
It's going to be actually very interesting to see by Brandon, as we know that he's very sure that Ken Warlock may have just stolen an opportunity from him, and Brandon really wants that chance at Gulkatak. So if he can eliminate Ken Warlock, then Brandon makes a very strong case for being the man that was going to take on Gulkatak next.
Yes, and now we see FJA taking the fight to Dr. Wrestling Jr. Going to be a difficult one to call if it's actually going on. But Brandon scooping up Ken Warlock and dropping him right on his head with that Emerald Explosion.
Emerald Explosion connects, but Ken Warlock is able to get right back up. Connects with that knee to the midsection that flips over Brandon, but Brandon using that fireman's carry takeover to send Ken Warlock retreating to the outside. But Brandon giving chase. Ken Warlock set him up though. Connects with that enziguri, and now the ref is trying to keep the action in his sights as each member of this fatal 4-way has chosen their side of the ring.
And now Brandon making his way to his feet, and this has been pretty much the same this whole match. The same two people have been fighting the whole time. Now, deadlift here by Brandon, picking up Ken Warlock, and now just throwing him up in the air, flipping him while he's at it, and drops him right on his back. And now we see Dr. Wrestling Jr. and FJA on the outside. And we have to say this is not a bad tactic by Dr. Wrestling Jr. If he can get Brandon or Ken Warlock to eliminate one another, he cannot get pinned on the outside no matter how much damage he takes. No matter what, they will be on the outside, but maybe looking back, get back to the ring by chance.
At the same time, fighting on the outside, especially outside on that padded concrete, you're putting a lot of extra damage on your opponent, because every time you slam them on the concrete, that's different than being slammed inside the ring. That's concrete. On the inside of the ring, it's just pieces of wood and mat below it.
And while I agree, you cannot get pinned on the outside, but I can see your point there. But now, a bit of a double team on Ken Warlock there. But Dr. Wrestling Jr. got a little bit of that blow as well. And now scooping him up, and again, Emerald Explosion on the padded concrete to Dr. Wrestling Jr. I don't know if he has a cure for that one.
And now as we exchange partners here, Dr. Wrestling Jr. and Brandon are now fighting. Meanwhile, Ken Warlock and FJA are the ones inside the ring, as Warlock is calling up FJA. What's he got in mind here? Oh, and he just flings himself inside with a spear going halfway through the ring.
Now, oh, the Revengeance.
The Revengeance connect on FJA, but is that going to be enough to eliminate him? FJA is able to kick out. The Revengeance is not enough to put away FJA here tonight, as now Ken Warlock connects with the figure 4 onto the head, but FJA able to slither out there. And what is FJA going to do here to follow up after that Revengeance?
Suplex by FJA, calling out to the crowd. Brandon with a lot of these slams on the outside, just doing damage to whoever he is up against. Right now it is Stockz Wrestling Jr. now thrown right across our announce table. They're getting very close.
Oh, and that short brain buster by Ken Warlock on the inside to FJA. Ken Warlock has been completely dominant on the inside as once again he connects with that DDT. That Revengeance has absolutely changed the entire game, the game plan for FJA, as now FJA is looking to return the favor as he lifts up Ken Warlock and connects with that vertical suplex.
Now we see Ken Warlock rolling to the outside in a smart strategy. Like I said earlier, cannot get pinned on the outside. You must win this match on the inside of the ring. So smart tactic there by Ken Warlock to roll outside. Oh, Dr. Rusty Jr. off the ropes. And through the middle and catch a DDT to Brandon on the padded concrete.
One incredible maneuver right there by Dr. Wrestling Jr. as he now is changed his sights over to FJA. It looks like Ken Warlock believes that he has won the match inside the ring, but he's going to follow the action here to the corner. As now Dr. Wrestling Jr. tries to connect with that forearm. Ken Warlock just walks right through it. He doesn't even care as he now switches back over to Brandon, and those two are going to continue fighting on the top side of the outside of the ring.
So now a knee by Brandon. Oh, he strikes, but Ken Warlock able to pick him off. Oh, FJA sitting Stockz to the middle rope there. Catching him with that Tiger Fang kick, and I think I know what he's setting up for now. No, it was not exactly what I was thinking. But now the Revengeance after A once again. Ken Warlock, no, and he just gets right back up. Oh my goodness.
This is a very different FJA than we have seen before. That second Revengeance didn't even matter as he got right back up. And now Dr. Wrestling Jr. trying to go for a nonchalant pin, but FJA still able to kick out. What is in this man right now?
Quite sure. And now dropping the elbow right across the throat of Dr. Wrestling Jr. Now these two going back and forth. Oh, we see the shoulder tackle, and we've seen this from Brandon in the past. Now swings, goes under, and drops him right on his back is Brandon. Determined
is he. Brandon is just like FJA right now. They both really want this match against Gruul Katak as they're bringing the best fight that they can over to the Doctor and Ken Warlock, as now Brandon was looking for something there, but instead Ken Warlock is able to lock in a sleeper hold. FJA trying to break it up, and I think he did.
I don't know why FJA would do that. It's elimination rules. And now getting in the way of that Tiger Fang kick. Now looking to pin Brandon after that fatal vice. Might have got enough air out of Brandon to make him not be able to kick out, but no, Brandon is able to kick out here. Now Northern Light suplexed FJA. Now meeting Brandon right there, right next to FJA. And we've seen this many times tonight. Emerald Explosion. And Warlock back into the mix here, and going right back after FJA. These two have been very much so back and forth this whole match. And Brandon, we've seen this in the past. I think you know what he's looking for. The heaven rising suplexes. There's a second one, and now that face buster by Brandon, and he gets it off. To the cover, 1, 2, 3, and able to eliminate Dr. Wrestling Jr. Now there's 3, FJA, Ken Warlock, and Brandon all in the mix.
And that is the first elimination right there. Dr. Wrestling Jr. is the first one out. And now either Brandon, FJA, or Ken Warlock are going to be the man that faces Gruul Katak in just 2 weeks.
See those knees by Ken Warlock taking the fight to Brandon. But Brandon no slouch in the ring. And another Emerald Explosion seems to be a favorite of Brandon's here tonight. Now toss him off and catches him and slams him right into that mat. Brandon is on a rampage right now.
I think, like I mentioned earlier, Brandon is the man that wants the matchup against Gruul Katak. And, I mean, it's either going to be him or FJA. I'm calling it now. No disrespect to Ken Warlock.
I might have to agree with you on that one. Ken Warlock brought back to his feet by FJA. And could we see it here? Oh, no! That big spinning heel kick to Brandon by FJA, and FJA fighting with Ken Warlock once again. To be going back and forth and drops him right on his head. No. Ken Warlock able to kick out of that one there. Oh, and a kick to the head of FJA. Which not looking like it did quite too much. But a kick to the gut by Ken Warlock.
Now that knee to the gut as well that manages to flip over FJA. Ken Warlock is now in the zone. He is definitely thinking that this match is almost over for FJA. All he has to do is connect with one more revenge and then that could be it.
And now we've seen this. This is ended matches for Brandon. That big combination of strikes ending with the uppercut, sending the FJA to the air, but FJA able to kick out of that one. Oh my goodness. Oh,
here we go. Here we go. He's got that fatal vice locked in. Brandon in a whole lot of trouble. Ken Warlock may be about to eliminate someone, and Brandon taps. We're down to the final two. It's either going to be FJA or Ken Warlock that faces Gruul Katak in just 2 weeks.
It looks like it's your pick versus my pick. Oh, but FJA looking to get the Tiger faking. This now a one-on-one match. Gets it. Now
is FJA about to become the #1 contender as he goes down for that elbow drop instead of the painkiller? Oh, but he's following it up. He knows that he has to do this in order to eliminate Warlock. FJA feeling it, and there it is. The painkiller connects. FJA is about to become the #1 contender, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. FJA gets his rematch.
I can feel it in the air here tonight. I can tell that FJA was going to win this match, and sure enough, he did. And what a match he put on in the process.
And now Gruul Katak knows his next contender. He is going to get a rematch, and this is a whole different FJA than we've seen before. Gruul Katak better watch out.
The winner of the main event, FJA.
And ladies and gentlemen, as we see FJA right there celebrating his victory, he's calling his shot. He believes that he is going to be the next Nemesis champion as he faces Gruul Katak in just 2 weeks at the Nemesis Super Show. But hold on, as FJA leaves the ring over here by the crowd, we see Alex Clark make his way down to the ring. I don't believe he was scheduled to be here today.
Definitely wasn't. We know TJ Black is new Twitch champion. Alex Clark, we did see, called out TJ Black. TJ Black, like Alex said, no response from TJ Black. Maybe looking to come and tell Alex Clark what's up. And Alex Clark not moving a muscle. Like, oh, TJ Black! And now taking the fight to Alex Clark. He said he had one chance. And TJ Black through the bottom rope. And you could tell Alex Clark was not quite ready for that. TJ Black loading up Alex Clark. And what can he be looking for here? Oh, TJ, don't do it. TJ, oh my God. Flying right against the apron. That's the hardest part of the ring, and then right to the side of it. Oh my goodness. And TJ Black making a statement out of Alex Clark. But that is all we have for you guys here tonight. I wish you a very farewell adieu, as my partner would say. Goodbye.